the last day of a 10 days long studio which brought students of the Royal Institute of Arts and Architecture in Stockholm to Goa. This studio is part of a year-long program that they've been doing on Goa. And it will go on after the studio also. They go back to Stockholm now and they'll keep on doing some work. So this is a really interim presentation. And we're very much hoping that some of them will be able to come back to show their final output probably next year, around December or November 2011. So it'll be good if they'll present pretty quickly seven presentations, 7 groups. And it'll be good if after the presentation, some of you who have comments, come and talk to them individually in small groups. So they would really benefit from feedback from some of the people who came today to see the presentations. Just to introduce the theme of the studio, it's about it's looking at Goa as an urban system, and it's a really conceptually positioning itself against some form of urban development which is really dominating urbanization in India today. So the type of development that we're talking about and that we see all over the country is very much dominated by large infrastructure projects, real estate development, so we can see it, for example, one of the biggest examples of that is the Delhi-Mumbai industrial corridor, which is happening, along which 24 cities are being built. We believe that potentially Goa can represent an alternative model of urban organization and urban development. A model which is, of course, not perfect, and part of the studio is also trying to address what can be the shortcoming of Goa as an urban system. We're looking at it from different perspectives. One of them is the issue of mobility, which is very important, especially if you consider that Goa is a network of some 189 villages and 5 larger towns, and that all of those are connected through small roads and potentially waterways. What is working, what is not working, and what are the development patterns that we should not fall back into. Typically, one of them, we could imagine that quickly some of the towns which are now still relatively small, Panjim could suddenly start growing very much on the outskirts, and we also already see that villages around Panjim are being incorporated, integrated, and absorbed by the city, and becoming peripheries. And as this happens, we approach a model which is very typical of what we see in other Indian cities, and which has the potential of recreating some of the major problems. If you talk about mobility, we can talk about congestion, traffic and pollution, and this is typical. At the same time, it doesn't really look at that. It also very much wants to look at the system as very integrated with its own environment, and see what are the potential threats to the system as a whole. For example, a lot of the students have been looking at mining activities as tourism, and the way it interacts with the region, the way it threatens the environment, but also the way it also brings livelihoods. So it's trying to also understand and go into the complexities of what is an urban system and what is the means of livelihood. Another issue that we've been working on and looking at a bit more closely is the issue of urban agriculture. Urban as in part of the urban system. So as Goa is a well-integrated urban system which has lots of the qualities of cities, but still keeping the typologies of villages in the system, in the network. What are the potentials for regenerating some of the agricultural practices which have been slowly dying over the past decades? Are there ways in which this can still be a viable economic option for Goa, or are there other reasons why the local agricultural practices should be restarted? And are there models existing now in Goa which we can learn from and try to support. I'll leave it here, and I will introduce more the studio.